Pretty much all I had to do was listen to those conversations again. And now we can call the Library of Congress.
Manuscripts.
I'm trying to reach Sherman Trout, please.
Speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Mr. Trout. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case that involves Harry Houdini and the Royal Palladium Theater in St. Louis. Eustacia Andropov recommended I call you.
Ah, yes. Eustacia was most helpful to us when we were assembling our Houdini collection. I presume you'd like to have a look at it?
Yes, please, Mr. Trout. I'm very interested.
Fine. Well, you'll just need to register with the library when you get here and fill out a request for the materials you wish to view. When your request has been processed, the materials will be delivered to one of our reading rooms where you can view them.
Mr. Trout, please let me explain. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to come to Washington, D.C. to do research. I'm hoping you could help me find a document.
Well, Miss Drew, I'm sorry if you have logistical constraints, but please understand my own limitations. The Library of Congress currently holds over 40 million items, contained in 10,000 separate collections. It's the largest and most comprehensive library in the world. I simply don't have time to run research errands for the individual citizens.
Mr. Trout, if I don't solve this case in a matter of hours, the building I'm standing in will be demolished and an innocent 19-year-old girl, a friend of mine, may lose her life. You may be my only hope.
Why is your friend in danger?
She was kidnapped by someone desperate to save this building from demolition.
And what can you possibly be hoping to find in the Houdini collection that would help matters?
Mr. Houdini was part owner of the theater, and I'm trying to find out who inherited his half or what became of it when he died. I'm hoping Houdini might have discussed it somewhere in his personal documents. If I can prove that the current owner is not legally the full owner, then maybe I can get the demolition stopped and save Maya.
I see. Well, this sounds urgent. I suppose I can take a look.
That would be such a help, Mr. Trout. If you find anything, could you overnight it to me at the Royal Palladium?
Well, I certainly can't send you the document itself. It's a historical artifact now. But I could send you a slide. What's the street address there, if I find anything?
It's 1330 Washington Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Please send the package in care of Nicholas Falcone or myself, Nancy Drew. I can't tell you how grateful I am, Mr. Trout. You might just be a lifesaver.
Miss Drew, I assure you, Sherman Trout is a man of his word.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Did anybody else think that dude sounded like an Elcor? That was a Mass Effect reference. Yeah. I can drop references. Like a pro. Let's go talk to this dude. And he's gone. Of course he is. Well then. Maybe I'll go talk to this guy. Find out why he left me down there to be electrocuted.
Hi, Nancy. What happened?
The kidnapper's been holding Maya in that magician's room under the stage.
You found her? Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
Oh, you'd like to know, wouldn't you?
By the time I got through that door, the room was empty.
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
Ouch. Don't doubt me. We're in this together, brah.
I think the kidnapper moved her, but they left some evidence behind.
Evidence? That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest,
Wait.
Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Really? That's the end of day 2? This is going crazy fast.
Thanks, Joseph. I am exhausted.
So, that's it? Alright. I'll just go now. So they're demanding $50,000. That's the same sum that What's-His-Bucket said he'd pay that one dude. Coincidence? I think not. Let's read on. Well then. What awaits us out here today? More funeral wreaths? No? Cool beans.
Can you believe this ransom demand coming out of thin air?
Do you think it's real?
Apparently, the call came from north of here, a town called Granite City. Personally, I think it's a hoax, but now the police are convinced that Maya's not in this building.
But what about the evidence I found?
Are you sure the pizza boxes were in that magician's room? Because the police couldn't find anything.
I bet he moved them. And by he, I mean Joseph. He's the only one I told. I think. I think I told Brady, but I think it's either him or Brady. Yeah.
What do you mean they couldn't find anything?
They searched the whole building.
Somebody must have moved the evidence. That's the only explanation.
Follow your gut, Nancy. If you think Maya's still here, you keep looking for her, you hear?
I was backstage earlier, and one of the stage lights came crashing down.
What do you know about
it
that?
Almost hit me.
Oh, Nancy, thank goodness you're okay.
That's all you have to say? I'm on to you.
I got another threat from the kidnapper. That creepy voice came on the PA and told me to stop searching for Maya.
The projection room? But who? Someone must have ducked out of the press conference. I was so busy with crowd control, I didn't even notice.
I'm sure. And what about this?
Joseph, I did some checking. You don't really have any family in Greasewood, do you?
Now, what you want to go digging into an old man's life for, Nancy?
Everyone's a suspect, Joseph. You know that. If you have nowhere to go after the theater comes down, then maybe you're the kidnapper desperado. It's not so far-fetched, is it?
Now, I am going to Greasewood, and I'm not desperate. I made up the part about my brother so you wouldn't feel sorry for me. You've got enough to worry about, don't you?
It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up, Joseph?
Oh, fine. Everything's great. Fine. I was up till the wee hours polishing up the lobby. Heck, I'm even fixing to repair the old key maker so you can give it a whirl. Guess old habits die hard, eh?
Why is everybody still in the building if it's about to be demolished? Like, I think they would have taped it off or something.
Gotta go now.
Bye.
I need to make that key that was missing from that little book over there. Put that on my non-existent checklist. Where shall I go next? The whole theater is my oyster. Let's go check on the two douchebags, or we could talk to you. Hey, buddy.
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure did, buddy.
Sure did.
Go on, spill it.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this guy at the Library of Congress who has access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
We're expecting a package. Cross your fingers it gets here in time.
Way to go, Nancy. You're on fire.
I am? No, I'm not.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
I'd know if I was on fire. It's hard to miss, really. So is this thing fixed? He's still working on it? Alright. You got some splaining to do.
How's progress? I know you sent the funeral wreath. Now where's Maya?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sugar. Listen, the pressure must really be getting to you. I know a top-notch aromatherapist in town, okay? I'll give you her number.
Come on, Simone. Ginger's 24-hour flower-rama? I believe you've been caught red-handed.
Bam.
You broke into my personal property? I could have you arrested for that.
You could, but you won't. Ha ha ha.
Go ahead, call the police. And while you're at it, why don't you mention that you're the kidnapper?
All right, I sent the stupid wreath, but I'm no kidnapper. I needed something for the cameras, didn't I? And it was a very tasteful arrangement. Should have been for $300. Perhaps I went a little overboard.
That's not what I'd call it. It seems very reasonable.
A little overboard? You're dreaming if you think that's enough to get you off my suspect list.
That's it? That's all the conversation?
How's progress?
Have you heard about this ransom demand?
50 grand, what a joke. Isn't it just like a rank amateur to jump on the bandwagon? Anyone with a pinch of class would have demanded at least $1 million.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Bye now.
I can't believe she would actually criticize the amount somebody would ransom. It's impressive, really. She is pretty self-absorbed. Kind of like our pal over here.
What are you doing hanging out with that Falcone jerk?
Are you jealous?
I'm not hanging out with him, Brady. I'm conducting a search here, and I'll take any tip I can get.
That guy's bad news, and he's certainly not gonna help your credibility with the police.
Don't worry. I don't trust him any more than I trust you, or anyone else around here for that matter.
Just trying to help.
I'm sure.
Talk to you later, Brady.
You betcha.
Except I won't bet you.
Any news?
No.
Talk to you later, Brady.
You betcha.
Okay. Well, what was that? Nothing. Alright. Well, what am I doing here? It's like I get on a roll and then all of a sudden it's like crash and burn and I'm left with ruinous stuff. Yes, it was eloquent. Thank you.
Hola.
Catch you later.
Okay.
On the flip side.
On the flip side of what? What is this? Somebody got you good. Wait. It's fixed. He fixed it. Discard old keys to make a new one. I just need to figure out what that key thing looks like up there. I have a mission now. I'm not aimlessly wandering anymore. It's a good feeling. Alright. How am I
There was a
supposed to...
key here. There was a key here.
How am I supposed to find out what it looks like? Huh. Well, I guess I haven't called the people who helped me. Bess and George and Ned and all that. So, I guess we can do that. Huh. Guess we should probably call it here before I go over, I don't know, like 20 minutes. I have no idea how long this one is, so you get the picture. It's supposed to be calls. I'm sure I'll be able to remember what I wanted to say. So, alright. Thank you for watching. I shall see you next time.